Okay, so you have a big paper filled with a lot of truffles now, right? Well, let's go ahead and look at some relationships that we see when we're multiplying by fours. If I noticed that there's two groups of two here, right? So if I had one group of two, I just had that much, I'd have two, right? But I don't just have one group of two, I have another one group of two. So altogether, I have four, right? So one group of two would just be two. But one group of twice as much is gonna be twice as much. And when I say twice as much, I mean that it doubled. So we can use our twos to help us find our fours. Let's look at this one. What if I had not two groups of four, but just two groups of two? Two groups of two would get me four, right? But I don't just have two groups of two, I have twice as many. I've got another two groups of two, which is another 4 chocolate truffles. So that equals 8. So 2 groups of 2 is 4, but 2 groups with 4, 2 groups with twice as much in it is going to be twice as much. Let's do this one down here. 3 groups of 4. What if I just had 3 groups of 2? 3 groups with 2 in each group would be 6. But I don't just have 3 groups with 3 groups of 2. In this amount, I actually have another 3 groups of 2. 3 groups of 2 is another 6. So altogether, I would have 12 chocolate truffles. Let's look and see. So 3 groups of 2 is 6. But 3 groups with twice as much in each group, 3 groups of twice as much, is going to be twice as much. Let's do this last one down here, 4 groups of 4. What if I didn't have 4 groups of 4? What if I only had 4 groups with 2 in each group? How much would that be? 4 groups of 2 is 8. But I don't just have 4 groups of 2. I've got another 4 groups of 2. So another 4 groups of 2 would equal up to another 8 chocolates. And if I add those together, I'd get 16 chocolates altogether. So 4 groups of 2 is 8. But 4 groups with twice as many in each group, not just 2, but twice as many 4, I notice that my answer or my product also is twice as much. So when you are doing your 4s, when you're multiplying your 4s, think back to your 2s because it can help you figure out a multiplication problem you might not know. For instance, we didn't do this one, but 6 times 4. I see there's a times. I'm multiplying it by 4 groups. What if I just had 6 times 2? If I just had 2 groups, I know my 2s, so it'd be 12. And another 6 times 2 would be another 12. The answer is 24. So if 6 times 2 is 12, I'll write it up here, 6 times 2 is 12, then 6 times twice as much is going to be twice as much. Let's review that because it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to erase this so you can see it better. If 6 groups of 2 is 12, then 6 groups of twice as much is going to be twice as many chocolates. So when you see multiplying a number by 4, use your 2s to help you figure out what the answer would be.